guys, it's the Halloween Hooligan here, and in today's video, we have the Spirit Halloween's Black Heart with us. Now, I'm super excited to set this guy up, and let's get to it. Alright, so you may notice that I am kind of in a different scenery. That's because we have something very big over at my mom's house, and I can't record there right now, but stay tuned because I'm going to be showing you that. But let's get into the setup. So, as we open the box here, I already set them up once, so just to make sure everything's working, but I'm going to do it on video. Got some instructions, and then I took out a sliding thing, so got the chest piece for Ava. We have another piece for Ava right here. We have the Blackheart's shoulder piece. We have one of his hands. This is the hand that goes on Ava's head, like that. I have, this goes to his arm that opens up. It's a tiny snap block that's kind of annoying when you try to put it on, but we'll get it. And then we have Ava's head. Amazing detail, amazing detail. I'll get a close-up of this head, but this head is probably, no, definitely one of Spirit's most detailed head. It's crazy. I do see the mechanism, but I'm not going to grab that. I'm going to grab his hand that has the cloak and then pulls out. We got some holes right here in this little box. And then I see the mech. I'm going to try to get that. I think. There we go. I got the mech and the hip loop. Awesome. His mech is interesting. It's very, very interesting. It's crazy. Kind of small. And then we have the Blackheart's head, which is insanely big in person. Yeah, I saw this guy at the store, and I was like, his head is so big. Once you get him in your house, huge, huge, huge head. All right, and then we have one of Ava's poles that goes inside of her. We have the control box. Awesome. And then we have the base. Very small base. I was kind of surprised, actually, how small it was for such a big prop, but that's interesting. And then we have the Blackheart's clothing and Ava's clothing. Oh, it just fell out. We have Ava's clothing and the Blackheart's clothing. This shouldn't fall out. It's just I didn't seal the bag shut. And then we have our adapter. So let's get this box out of the way and we will get to the setup. Here we go. Okay, so for your first step, you're going to want to take your two long poles with the support pole, little hole in there, and you're going to snap lock them to the back like so. Perfect. Perfect. And then you're going to want to take your supports, push that through the hole, make sure it's in there pretty good. There we go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to want to take your other two poles. These do not have the support connections on them, but you're just going to snap lock them onto the poles that you just put on, like that. Okay, so I raised the camera up just a bit here, because this prop does get very tall. He is 6.6 feet. And so what you're going to do, you're going to want to take your control box, snap lock that on right here, just align those, and then push it down. You may have to do some twisting, because I don't know if it'll fit just freely. There we go. And then, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so next up, you're going to want to take your hip loop and just slide that between these little holes right here. Make sure that's in good. And then I believe, yes, okay, so next up is the mechanism, which I put right here. And I may have to move the camera up after I put this on. I don't know if you can see it right now, but all you're gonna do is just snap lock this mechanism on, and then he is good to go, just like that. Okay, so now it's time for your arm build. So what it's saying first is we take our, it's right over here. We take this piece, and this is a very interesting piece I want to show you guys. It is a super tiny snap lock, if you can see right there. It's going to go into this part right here. And I may have to do this off camera because the first time I set him up, it was pretty hard to get this in, but I may not have to. We'll see. So I got it. All right, for our next step, you're going to want to take the hand that's gonna cover up Ava's head and put that right there, just through those little prongs. And then what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to take the hand that has the robe in it and snap lock that in. So I'm gonna do that. I don't know why. Or I don't know why I said snap lock. Just slide that in like so into those metal prongs right there. And then you should be looking good, like so. And then you can adjust this mechanism if you need to move it out the way. Just push it back a little bit. You don't want to break the prop, but you're just going to push it back. You'll kind of hear the motor going, and then, yeah. Okay, so your next step is going to be wiring. So you'll see this kind of rainbow colored wire. All you're gonna do, just put that in like so, and then you'll hear the snap. And then next step, you're not gonna put on his head just yet. You're going to put on his costume. And I'm gonna do that off camera because it's gonna take a bit, but it's really, you just shove it over the arms, push it through the holes, like so. One thing I do want to mention before we get his clothes on is you want to take his shoulder piece and just slide that right through those little circles, or those little holes. I forgot this step a bunch of times, and yeah, I had to take his entire clothing back off and put it back on. So yes, that's one thing to 100% remember, because if not, you're gonna have to take his clothing off. All right, after you get his clothes on, you're going to want to take your head and just attach it with those little prongs right there. And he does have a wire that you're going to have to connect, but for now you can just attach it. I guess you can connect it now. I'm gonna go ahead and connect it real quick. It is the orange and grayish looking wire. You can't see me right now, I'm just connecting wires. Connect those through, and then you're going to want to put his hood on his head. So actually, you probably want to put his hood over first before you do that. So let me unconnect his head real quick. I'm caught on something here. Oh, okay, I was caught in the mechanism. We're good now. But yeah, you're gonna want to take his hood, kind of throw it over like that. That way, you can just pull it up once you get his head on. So, go ahead, put his head on. And I'd thread the wire through his hood, not on the back. That way you can't see it. Like so, and then attach this wire, and then you're going to want to put your hood up, and there is a Velcro on the top of his head that you're going to want to Velcro, and he is huge in person, very towering, like insane, but yeah. So adjust his hood. I'd probably Velcro it. I guess you don't have to, but it'll look better if you do. There we go, it's all Velcroed on, and there is a white string right there. I'll have to cut that off, I don't want to pull it, but yeah, he's looking awesome. So let's get to Ava's setup. Okay, so I lowered the camera just a bit, and we are going to move on to Ava's setup since the main Reaper is done, or the Black Heart, whatever you're gonna call him. You're going to want to take your support pole and just snap lock this in to the pole right here. And then bring your support up and push that in like so. And before you do anything else, it recommends that you put her costume through the pole. That way you can just pull it up. Can't see me right now, but I'm just unvelcroing it. Just put that through the pole like so. And then you should be good to go. And I might as well just go ahead and do this. We have another pole. I believe there, okay, yeah, so I did put this one back here. You're just gonna wanna snap lock this pole into the pole that you just put on, like that. And then make sure that this is upright and snapped into this one right here. So, there you go. We're almost done. We just have Ava's chest piece and her head to put on, so let's get to that. Alright, so now what you're going to want to do is get Ava's shoulder piece, and pretty simple, just another snap lock. Mine doesn't go down all the way, it's kind of rusted, but I'm just slide it in there as much as I can. That's as good as it's going to go. Then you're going to want to take her chest piece and just Velcro it on to the designated Velcro spot, like that. There we go. Now we're gonna bring up her clothing. She has this little thing inside of her chest piece that you're supposed to like hook onto her costume. I don't know how to do that, and I don't see like a little thing you're supposed to hook. I can show you on the instructions real quick. It's kind of weird, but it's saying you're supposed to hook it, and I don't see a hook. But we're just gonna leave it like so and pull up the clothing, so let's do that. All right, so once you get your clothes in, you're going to want to attach her very detailed head, and I will get a close up. Her head is amazing. She has actual eyelashes, which is crazy. You can see like all the veins down here and in her head. It's just amazing. You can see her teeth. I think you can see it on camera. I can't really tell, but her head is like the main piece. In my opinion, one of the main pieces. I'm gonna have to unvelcro this part real quick, that way her collar looks good on her. But all her head is, it's just a tiny little snap lock that goes on her neck. Like this. I'm gonna have to move. Okay, there we go. There we go, snapped in there like so. Just so that way she's looking almost up at him. And then you're going to want to pull her collar up. And then he is ready for the demo. After you get your sensor wired up, I'm just gonna go back behind here and Velcro this. But yeah, I'm going to get him wired up and then we will get to his demos. Alright, here we go with the demo.
Soon you will forget everything. Your life, your past. You will stay with me for the rest of eternity. You are now mine for all time. Together, we shall roam among the living and find our next victim.
Let's go to the nighttime demo.
Soon you will forget everything. Your life, your past. You will stay with me for the rest of eternity. You Your time has come. Join me now and forever. We will own the night.
Okay, so that was the Blackheart from Spirit Halloween. And let me just say, this guy is amazing. He was one of my favorites of the year. Gordo, Heckles, and then probably this guy. Awesome. That's, like, really all I have to say. The look on the girl's face is amazing. So detailed. I mean, his clothes are kind of basic Reaper clothes. But I love on the girl how it's like the black, I guess you could call it blood or spit, I don't know. His face looks amazing too, way bigger than I expected. His head is huge in person, and really he's huge in person too. He's 6 and 6 inches tall, and I mean honestly, once you get him in your house, he looks a lot bigger than in stores. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up. There you have it with my Spirit Halloween, the Blackheart setup. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.